Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, December 15th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable, seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, I reported this morning that starting around Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, going into Wednesday and Thursday, there seems to be some type of large Google algorithmic update where your rankings may have been impacted. I definitely recommend you take a look at that. Because they started rolling out Tuesday night and that was the first night of Hanukkah, I decided to call it the Maccabees update. Which is around the holiday, as well as it's a cool name. But definitely take a look at this. I mean, there's lots and lots of chatter in the Webmaster World forums. Lots of people saying significant updates. Even Mozcast, noticed major updates on Wednesday. SEM Rush, Advanced Web Rankings, Search Metrics. And then you can see here, December 12th. Also here, AccuRanker noticed it as well. It's kind of dead for Rank Ranger, Alguru, and some others, apologize. But it looks like there was definitely some type of ranking update from Google around December 12th, 13th, and 14th. So definitely take a look at your Google Analytics, your Search Analytics, and Google Search Console, as well as your keywords, and see whatever happened with your rankings, if anything at all, because there definitely seems to be some larger update that happened around then. Big news is that in Google Search Console, the beta version is now more than 12 months of data available for you in the Search Performance Report, which is similar to the Search Analytics Report. So now if you go to that report, which looks like this, this, you'll see in the date filter, you could choose 7 days, 28 days, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or full duration. It used to only go up to 3 months, and now it goes past 12 months. I'm getting currently up to almost 13 months or so of data in that performance report, which is great, and hopefully that will launch sometime soon. Speaking of launching, Google plans to launch that sometime in early next year. Exactly when that is, who knows? Could it be Q1? Maybe early Q2? Maybe. It all depends on the testing that Google has done. But hopefully everybody will have access to this new Google Search Console when it goes live early next year. Google did say they expanded the beta to a lot other people, so we'll see. Hopefully you guys will be able to access it. It's on a per site basis, so definitely take a look at that. Google has now changed their tune a little bit on what you should do with your meta descriptions. And basically, John Mueller went into this. Actually, Google sent me a statement last night, yesterday, which I posted on Search Engine Land, basically saying do whatever's best for you. You don't have to necessarily expand it if you don't want to. But now that Google is potentially showing longer snippets, which they confirmed December 1st, maybe if you want, you could go ahead and adjust your snippets, your search results snippets, your meta descriptions, if you think it will help your click-through rate. Again, it has no impact on rankings. John Mueller went through a long and very, very well thought out, thorough answer to should you change your meta descriptions. I definitely recommend you read it. In short, if your meta descriptions are short and concise and they have a really good click-through rate, no need to. If you want to go ahead and expand a little bit because the click-through rate could be improved on, definitely do that. Again, there's no real emergency need to do that. Google's pretty good at making the algorithm figure it out for you, but if you want to, definitely you can control it over here. Also, around the algorithm changes, it looks like Google's knowledge panel, Google's local knowledge panel and knowledge panel algorithm changed, I think December 13th, where now Google's showing knowledge panels differently. So some more people are seeing double knowledge panels. Some people are saying they're not seeing the knowledge panel come up for a less branded query. Some people are saying their knowledge panel is coming up for a more branded query. So, web design, location versus just the brand name of the company. So, I don't know. For example, my company, Rusty Brick, you do a search, you get the local knowledge panel. But if you do a search for web development West Nyack, you'll also get the knowledge panel, but not for web design West Nyack versus web development. So these different things are coming up around this, and people are saying their knowledge graph panels are coming up less often. Some people are saying it's coming up more often. It seems like Google made a change with that and how it shows up and when it shows up, which might impact your traffic to your website. In addition to that algorithm update, which happened also, well, that happened on the 13th, this happened on the 12th, so definitely it's very hard to look at it in terms of these updates, but they happen and coincide with each other. Google finally updated their SEO starter guide. They actually merged the Webmaster Academy with the old PDF version of the Webmaster SEO Starter Guide. It was updated first, I think introduced, I think in 2010. They updated it once in 2012, and since then they really never updated that SEO Starter Guide. They decided to remove the PDF completely, make it completely HTML based, and it's a nice, concise starter guide. They added in some stuff about mobile friendly, mobile first, as well as structured data, markup and stuff around that. So definitely take a look at that if you are new or if you're old. It's very useful to read through and look at. Bing has improved their search results. They said they added some intelligent answers, which is kind of like the featured snippets, but they say they are able to use deep neural networks to validate answers by aggregating across multiple reputable sources and then pulling the best. And they have multiple types of intelligent answers. One looks like the featured snippet. One's more detailed featured snippet-like look with multiple sources. One shows, I guess, conflicting or different views on different answers, so versus, as well as comparing different things. So this is kind of like the feature snippets in Google. Bing also announced that they have integrated with Reddit, so they have a partnership with Reddit to show Reddit results. They improved their conversational search, and they made their image search more intelligent as well. So definitely take a look at that. Bing has been doing some serious stuff around making their search results better. John Mueller said this morning in a Hangout basically that if you want to see if your website moved over to the mobile first index, again, there's no way to really see that. But Google has said they actually started moving some sites to this mobile first index. If you want to see that, you can look at your log files and see, is the smartphone user agent, Googlebot, accessing your website more often than the desktop version of Googlebot? So John Mueller said typically it's an 80% Googlebot desktop crawl rate to a 20% smartphone Googlebot crawl rate. If that flips, where you have 80% of the Googlebots are smartphone and 20% are desktop-ish, then you probably are in the mobile first index, and that's a good way to see if you are in the mobile first index. Again, Google's not going to get to tell any website if they are in the mobile first index or not. I think they should, but they haven't said they have no plans on doing so. John Mueller also explained how Google defines a doorway page, and I like the way he explained it because it is somewhat confusing for a lot of people to know. In short, he said, he basically said, let me find his statement. It's basically, how do I summarize it? Basically, pages that are designed to rank for different keyword variations and permutations. So like hundreds of different pages, only designed to rank for different variations of keywords or permutations of keywords. And that's the only reason, that's how Google would define a doorway page. And Google has said they're pretty good at defining and looking them up on both the manual side as well as the algorithmic side. Google Search Console is now sending out notifications about TLS issues. TLS is like the SSL upgraded SSL version, and TSS is a transport layer security. And if you have TLS version 1, Google's really recommending you update to version 1.2. In fact, all the PSI compliance and gateways and payment processors are requiring that, I think starting March of next year. They've been pushing off the deadline for a really long time because some browsers actually don't support it at all, some older browsers. But I think we've come to that deadline, and Google's actually sending out notifications around that as well. Google said it won't hurt you. You won't have a penalty for having outdated TLS, but it's something you should definitely improve because it could hurt your users, not necessarily your rankings. Google says they don't recommend you post a generic disavow file. So if you have a large SEO company and you aggregate all your disavow files across all your different clients, that's not a good idea, according to John Mueller, because you never know if you're going to get hurt, if any of those links will actually hurt other clients or whatever by not having those links count. Google has rolled out a new features around travel, hotel search, flight search, and trips and so forth, where you can actually do some price-sensitive types of searching. I'm not going to go through it in detail because it's been a fairly long video thus far, but definitely take a look at that if you're interested. Google released this, in my opinion, completely ridiculous selfie video celebrity feature in search, where if you do a search on mobile for very specific queries, Google's going to go ahead and show you selfie videos filmed by famous celebrities answering questions that you might have asked them. Again, I think it's kind of ridiculous, but hey, it's there. And Google released their yearly year in search, like their digest on what happened in the past year in search. Very inspirational and really about answering questions like how. Definitely look at the video. It's 2 minutes, it's very quick. If you want to dig into those search queries, you definitely can. Finally, as continuing in our honoring the SEOs in the SEO community or in the search marketing community. We have 5 again. I will add the other one here, but Melissa Fack, Bill Slosky, Julie Joyce, John, and also Alan George. They all are being honored this week. Definitely reach out to them and say thank you for everything you've done. They contributed a lot of information and to the SEO community, and we definitely do appreciate all they've done. And hopefully, feel free to submit your other nominations for other people. We have a huge number of people we have who have been nominated, and we'd like to thank them and honor them at the Search Engine Roundtable and the SEO community. In the event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. One thing is that it's Alta Vista's birthday today. For those who remember Alta Vista. Everyone have a great weekend. Today is December 15th. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.